Hello everyone. I think I actually made it on time this time. Um, we got our incense going. We have done cleansed our area. So if you want to do the same as well, we're going to take a moment, get in our headspace, do our breath work. Let me catch my breath, and we will get started. So if you want, take a moment. Okay. Now I'm going to start with my affirmation, which I have started every podcast with, just something positive to bring into your life and mine as well. It goes a little like this. I am present in my body and clear in my spirit. I honor where I am, who I am, and what I am becoming. I release what no longer serves me, and I welcome what supports my highest good. I am safe to listen, safe to learn, and safe to grow. Blessed it be. I want to welcome y'all back to the Eclectic Witches Way podcast. If this is your first time joining, I welcome you and I thank you for being here. If you're returning, I welcome you back to the circle. I am streaming on two separate platforms, one on YouTube, one on TikTok. So if you see me looking back and forth, that's what it is. TikTok. Hold on, I'm gonna try to get my comments up there so I can see what if anybody is commenting. I would appreciate so very much if y'all hit that like button, subscribe, follow, all that good stuff. I'm trying to at least get my goal up to 1,500 likes tonight. I'd appreciate it. And if you have any questions, please feel free to post them in the comments. Like I said, I might not see them right off, but I will definitely try to get to them in between talking. Anyway, so tonight, I told y'all tonight was a mystery podcast or mystery episode. And tonight we're going to talk about the ethics, responsibilities, and why intention is not always enough. I know that talking about this, I probably bored y'all to death with the first 3 episodes, but the thing with witchcraft is, or practicing any form of magic or whatever, you can't just go jumping straight in head first. You're going to sink. That's like trying to jump in an ocean or in a pool and not know the first thing about swimming. It's going to go very, very badly. So before you go jump in head first into that pool, there's classes, there's lessons, and there's things that you need to know and to drill into your head. Like I said in the last episode, to do your research, and I know I went over and over and over so many times on do your research, and that is so very important on so many levels and for so many reasons. No, what I'm talking about tonight is not a very sexy, happy, mysterious conversation. And not everybody wants to talk about the things, but again, you have to learn to crawl before you can walk. No, there's not going to be no dramatics and no promises of instant results tonight, but this is one of the most important podcasts and conversations I'm going to have the whole time I do this podcast, period. And the main reason why, again, is because the responsibilities and your ethics when it comes to rituals and spells is so important and so great. I hope this is the only time I would have to go over this. It's like ethics is kind of like, no, let me rephrase. Magic without ethics is like chaos with candles. It's not going to go well at all. You're going to burn everything down. So, I want to say as well, this episode is interactive. I know the last few I just kind of talked all the way through, didn't really engage my audience. Well, I'm going to engage you guys tonight. I feel like y'all are a part of this, so why not? So if you're somewhere safe that you can pause, reflect, or even mentally argue with me and anything I've said, absolutely amazing. I'm so glad. Excellent. If not, just listen. Come back to it later. I will, like I said, y'all can go check out. I know TikTok don't really let you go back and rewatch the lives, but I am streaming again on YouTube, so you can go and rewatch my whole podcast over there. It is Midnight Magic 333. I have my own channel, my own podcast, and that's where all the live streams will be basically out of. So why ethics even matter so much? Some people don't even like the word. It makes you feel like you're restrictive or like you have all these rules and like someone's telling you what to do, and that is not even the truth. Not even it's so far from the truth, actually. Ethics in practitioner work or magic or whatever you want to call yourself. I like practitioner better, but it's not about control. It's all about your awareness. Aware of everything around you, aware of everything that you do and everything that you dish out. Witchcraft works with intention, energy, and influence. Influence has the most impact. Impact has consequences. Pretending otherwise does not make you free. It makes you very, very, very reckless. Oh Lord. Okay, I'm sorry. I know I'm like all up in the screen. I'm blind and I need glasses. So again, anybody that is joining, please feel free to comment, ask questions. I encourage you to ask questions. And please, please, please do not forget to hit that like button. I'm trying to get at least 1,500 little hearts tonight. Anywho, moving on. If you are new to the practice, or even if you're advanced or very experienced, then you should know your history. And this is another thing like I keep saying, do your research. It's not just about do your research on the different practices or the tools or the basics. It's also about doing your history and your research on where it all started. It didn't just start in Salem at the witch trials. It didn't start in England. It started way before then. And one thing about it is witches were accountable to their communities back then. There wasn't really no solo practice. It was a whole community. It was always a coven, and they might not have called themselves covens back then, but it was a community. And if their magic harmed anyone, the word traveled very fast, of course. And there were consequences. It wasn't just the consequence to that person, but to that person's family, to the whole coven. So, because back then, after so many generations, they were exiled, thinking that they were just devil worshippers, and they wasn't. Modern witchcraft, it happens so privately now. Like now, it's starting to kind of come out more in the open. But a couple of decades ago, everything was very private. There, you would have never heard nobody say that they was practicing witchcraft. But saying that, that means that your accountability comes from inside and within. And that's where your ethics live as well. Um, you've probably heard the phrase, intention is everything. I need everyone, just for a moment, to take a breath. I'm sorry, my whole train of thought just squirreled out the window. Um, I want everyone to take a breath with me and just feel the vibration and feel everything around you. The the vibrations, the electricity, the your heart beating. Just feel it. Don't drown out everything around you and just breathe. Just silently for a moment. Now, why I asked you to do that is because what I'm about to say, I want you to hear me. And I want you to hear me very well. Intentions matter. Intention alone is not enough. It matters, and it's a big factor. But it alone, no, it does not matter. It is not just the main thing. Um, you can intend well and still cause harm and chaos. You can intend love and still act from fear. You can intend healing and still bypass responsibilities. If intentions were everything, impact wouldn't exist. But it does. So, again, pause for a second and think about this. Have you ever hurt someone without meaning to? Of course you have. We're human. You're human. We all have. Did your good intentions erase the harm? Did it just wipe it away because you had good intentions and you meant well? Absolutely not. Magic works the same exact way. You might have had good intent, but just because you had that good intent does not wipe your slate clean. Ethical practice asks us to consider why we're doing something, what it might affect, and whether it's truly ours to interfere with. One thing I will not do, and I refuse to, is honey pots, honey jars, love spells. Um, One thing is because they are the most known to backfire. Um, Messing with someone's will and their basically just their free will to if they want to deal with you, if they want to love you or not, is not your choice. So you should not make them. You should not force them, and you should not do something against their will without them knowing. I don't care what deity you deal with, what spiritual practice you practice, it is going to backfire one way or another. It might work well for 5, 10 years, but I promise you, it's going to come back on you. And the whole name of this podcast is the Eclectic Witch, the Gray Witch, meaning I practice in all forms, painful, harmful, good, bad, whatever. But that is one practice I steer away from. Now, let me rephrase. Me and my girlfriend together have done rituals together to strengthen our communication and strengthen our togetherness, like where we can feel one another. But I'm not going to go against her will and change her mind about something or do a spell to make her do something different. That's just not right at all. So, let's talk about some common ethical messes people fall into. No judgment, just clarity. Like I just said, love magic. That is the main one. It is the classic example. Attraction spells, sweetening work, reconciliation rituals. These aren't automatically bad. They're not horrible. They're not awful. I mean, apparently they did some good or they would have never been brought into existence. But there's always that but. Here's the ethical question. Are you influencing or are you overriding someone's mind, someone's will? Take a second and think about that. Because I know anyone watching has probably did some sort of love spell, sweetening spell, attraction. If that person is not attracted to you, period, don't make them. It's only going to be bad. If the spell requires someone to act against their will, that's your answer. Not to do it. Period. Now, again, let me back up a little bit. Yes, I've done baneful work. I've done harmful work. But that is not the same as making someone want to love me or want to be around me. Two totally different things. So keep that in mind. And that's what we're going to talk about next. My most favorite baneful work. It comes number 2 after love. Now, I say this loosely because I admit I have a temper and I act before I think. And sometimes people deserve it. No, it's not up to us to say they do or don't. But we're all human, right? Baneful magic exists. Protection magic exists. Justice work exists. But what matters in context, in proportion, and self-honesty? Ask yourself that. Is this about safety or revenge? Is this about boundaries or control? Did they do something so awful the justice system is not going to let me back up. My dad is a cop. I don't fully agree with the justice system or him. I feel like they do not always do what is right. I don't feel like they serve justice at all. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. It's really kind of case by case. So If it's something that they're not going to deal with and you feel like it needs to be dealt with right then, right there, and it cannot wait, and you feel justified and you can sleep at night, then that's on you. If you can't answer honestly, then it's not up to you to cast it. Spiritual bypassing, this one is real sneaky. Using magic to avoid hard conversations, or using spells instead of boundaries. Using everything happens for a reason to avoid accountability. Magic does not replace doing the work. That's like asking the universe to give you a job, but you not go out and fill out the applications. They ain't going to call you out of nowhere. I mean, you have to put your work into, and just doing a spell, lighting a candle, burning some incense is not just the work. Responsibility as a practice, responsibility in witchcraft, it is not punishment. It's maintenance. You look at it that way. It looks like grounding before casting. It looks like reflecting after results. It looks like taking responsibility for your outcomes. It also looks like adjusting when something doesn't feel right. Responsible witches observe their patterns. Period. Here's something you can ask yourself regularly. I can't never say that word right, so please forgive me. Before you cast the spell, do a ritual, ask yourself, am I acting from clarity, or am I reacting from emotion? Because that matters. No judgment. Just notice. Just ask yourself. And not all witches and not all practitioners share the same ethics. That's reality. Even in a coven or in a group, y'all all are not going to have the same mind frame. What matters is that you have some. Your ethics might include not working magic on others without consent, avoiding certain types of spells, prioritizing mundane actions, first respecting cultural boundaries. Ethics evolve as you do. That's a sign of growth and not a sign of failure. You're not failing. Every step in the right direction, and you feel it is the right direction in your heart, no matter what anyone else thinks, is growth. If you practice, if your practice never challenges you, you're probably not paying attention to it. You're not paying attention to the signs or to the elements or to your tools or even to your intuition. And that is what a lot of this podcast is about, is your intuition. You have to pay attention to that. So ethics and responsibility don't make witchcraft smaller. They make it safer, deeper, and more powerful. Magic asked us to be honest. Not perfect, just honest. And in my next episode, like I said, we're doing it. Let's see, today's Sunday. The next one will be Tuesday. We are going to talk about building a daily and weekly practice that actually fits real life and not idolized versions of it. And what I mean by that is you can watch movies or you can watch videos or whatever, and these people feel like it's just always about that. People have to work, people have to make a living, people have children and husbands and lives. So maybe if you're single and you are living off an inheritance and that's all your day consists of, then maybe that will work. But in the real life, that's not how it works. So I really want y'all to think about that. I really want y'all to tonight before y'all go to bed. In the last episode, I asked y'all, or I told y'all about the tools, about keeping a journal, even before you start with your shadow work or your grimoire or whatever, to keep a journal just of how you feel, your practices, what rituals you've done, or what rituals you're going to start with, or whatever. Um, Write a journal, or write in your journal, and write down what ethics mean to you and what they mean to your practice, what they mean to your culture or your specific path. And come back Tuesday and tell me. I see nobody's really interacted with me tonight, and that's fine. Hopefully y'all have heard me, listened to me, maybe took something from it. I pray. Um, Tonight is going to be kind of a short episode. We're running on about 45 minutes. I want y'all to come back here Tuesday and tell me what ethics do mean to y'all. And I will see y'all Tuesday. Thank you guys for joining me. I appreciate you listening. I hope you take something from this and you use it in your everyday life. Thank you for being here. Take what serves you, leave the rest, and take care, y'all. And blessed be.